What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part lucky number 13, or I guess second luckiest number 13 after number 8, but anyway, of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Skarbrand the Exiled Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, lots of different armies had their debut days, Arbol as well as Skyla's army, as well as something else I believe. Basically you had to try out a bunch of different units, and Arbol also got the chance to duel and defeat Boris Ursus, who had moved himself down here. Again, I am annoyed about the fact that the Pillar of Skulls was taken by Archie before he did, but it is what it is. I am not, let's say, super surprised by it. All good. In terms of what we gotta do this particular episode, or this particular turn rather, episode probably a lot, turn not a lot, conversely. So I think we're just able to end the turn. I was going to upgrade you in order to build the Flesh Hands, but you know what? Just upgrade you to Dark Bastion. If we have enough money, next turn we'll just globally recruit the Flesh Hands while we have the Bread and Bloodshed. Yeah, it'll cost us an extra like 6,000 gold, but I don't feel like swapping these and then waiting the time, and it'll be a whole thing. So yeah, you know, let's just do it that way. And just deliver them all to Arbol. When he's ready, he will have to then lose a couple of the Chaos Warriors, or a couple of these, depending on if, well, probably do 2 Skull Crushers, 2 Knights, and then maybe lose a couple of these so that there isn't any overlap. There will be some chosen here and some regular units. Maybe I'll think about it, what kind of units we'll have. Either way, I believe we're ready to just straight up end the turn, so straight up end the turn we shall. End turn. Oh, that recruitment cost minus 25% for all units will come in handy later on. Kairos, non-aggression pact. No, buddy, no. Oh, that's a negatory, good birdie. I do believe that you're earmarked for destruction, just like, well, most everything else. The votes have spoken, after all. Anyway, anybody able to attack us right now? By the looks of it, I don't see anybody. I'm gonna remember to try to ally with the Dolgan as well. It would be nice to have another Norscan ally to, again, get access to skin wolves and such. Province secured, Sword of Cain claimed, Misty Mountain drawn to destruction. Good. We will immediately want to get the public order from the blood tributes, and we'll immediately want to upgrade you. Then, okay, we need to figure this out. First of all, Scarlet Legion, I would like you to occupy... Queeky is back. Okay, I was not expecting that. There are no breaches in the walls, but there's a plague there. Wait, how do we do this? Oh, I would have preferred Eddie to have been able to... Grawl can reach it. We don't have Siege Attacker on you, though. And I take it there's no way to give you Siege Attacker. Well, I guess Grawl will besiege Crooked Fang Fort. It is another defeat trait that would be nice to pick up. Again, Queekies is very nice, and we'll have to sit here probably picking up a plague in the process, but it is what it is. Hopefully he doesn't have an army that will be able to march down immediately to reinforce. Anyway, you're gonna go here, you're gonna go here, and you are going to go... I guess we'll replace the Scarlet Legion with you, and we'll send the Scarlet Legion northward just to sort of scout stuff out. They're gone next turn anyway, so we'll do this. And you're gonna go here. The Raging Hounds. For some reason, in my head, I thought that I read that it said the Raging Bunch, and I was like, what? The Raging Bunch. Just the name amused me. Anyway, you won't be able to raid right now unless you raid the Bitterstone Mine, and frankly, you probably won't get enough out of it. So we'll go to Valea's Sorrow. Fast as we can, like so. Now I am slightly concerned by the fact that, okay, first of all, what do we have here again? It's just basically Queek. I think it's level 24 though, it's not too bad, but obviously not enough to deal with this. Not worth leveling these guys up. Now what is now of concern is dealing with getting more money. ASAP. Also you, any islands out here? Yes, there is. Beautiful. All right, Shipwreck. Go pick that up. You're here for a reason, after all. And let's see what we got. Explore the island. And look, we could fight it and we could win it. Unfortunately, the summer's already melting away. Though, if we fight it, and we win it, and we reduce the amount of casualties, this army will remain viable for a bit, might be able to do a little bit more. Alright, it's a small fight, but you know what? It's relatively even, unit-wise. We only have one more unit than they do. And we know we have 2 Furies, which are pretty much useless if we want to preserve units. Let's fight it.
Blood for the blood god! Skulls for the skull throne!
Finally, some skulls for the Skull Throne. It's been so long. Anyway, here we go. It's going to be a relatively small fight, and we have 2 units of Hell Cannons, which are absolutely flame cap. Skull Cannons, which are so darn devastatingly good, and SFO, definitely one of the best artillery pieces. They are quick, and they are fairly decently high damaging, and fairly good in terms of their AoE and all that. You gotta love them. And their target here is going to be the piles of enemy depth guard with polearms, the biggest threat that the enemy has, by far. And if we can knock them out at range with these guys, then we won't have to worry about too much damage in terms of the army, and the army can continue doing its thing. Although I suppose next time that we run into one of these battles, I might auto-resolve it, but at the same time, you know, once in a while, and until we have skull cannons of our own, as in until we can get the tier 4 structure, actually several tier 4 structures, so that we actually have the capacity to build them, we probably want to make sure that we enjoy these ones. Anyway, they have nearly taken out one, or maybe 60% of the HP off one of the units of depth guard, and okay, maybe 75% now, and somewhat damaged the other. Now the second unit seems to be cleverer than the first, however, moving into the sort of dead, petrified trees here. Huh, interesting. I kind of like how the depth guard sort of blend into this particular terrain, but it does make sense being an island, that I suppose. Anyway, the first depth guard unit is pretty much destroyed, and the other ones ran into the trees and through the trees and now move towards our skull cannon. Unfortunately, even with SFO speeding up vampires appropriately and considerably, they're not going to be fast enough to catch the skull cannons. 63 versus 48. Although, if they had a banner of swiftness, they probably could have. Alas for them, they do not. Anyway, we're going to back off the skull cannons far enough until we can turn and fire again. And this is what makes artillery pieces like this so darn irritating. Same thing goes for things like iron blasters and such. Actually, I'm sure, I'm just wondering whether we could put an Iron Blaster in with these guys, but I'm not sure that there's an ogre that we can ally with that would be friendly. Goldtooth hates us by virtue of our alliance with the Legion of Asgore, since they're fighting. The Man-Eaters are pretty much destroyed, and the... I'm pretty sure Scrag is allied with Gorbad, and we're going to attack Gorbad because he's in our way towards the Empire, so yeah. But anyway, the artillery fire continues, and the enemy zombos are having a pretty bad time. We got 47 kills and 20,000 damage on one skull cannon, and 53 kills and 17,000 on the other. Keeping in mind, of course, that less kills might not necessarily mean less damage in this case, as firing on zombies and firing on the much higher tier depth guard is pretty different. Anyway, this enemy army is in pretty bad shape. I think we've seen the skull cannons fire, so I'm going to speed it up a little bit more while we draw them towards us. But get ready to start doing the fight. In the meantime, we'll move around the enemy army with our flesh hounds and our blood crushers. And, I suppose we can enjoy the blood crushers in this army as well until we get our own. I mean, I guess we can get the Regiment of Renown fairly quickly, but yeah. As for those who wonder, Skull Crushers versus Blood Crushers, Skull Crushers are generally considerably better. Blood Crushers are a little bit killier, most likely, but they're also much more fragile, and on top of that they have demonic instability, so they will just melt away when it comes down to it. As opposed to the Skull Crushers, which will rout. Although I suppose they wouldn't rout under Arbol, because he gives them Unbreakable together with, you know, all the other mortal units. And obviously the difference between anti-large and the skull crushers, which is more valuable than the anti-infantry on the blood crushers, because you can run the anti-large skull crushers through piles of infantry just as well, and they'll still do absolutely insane amounts of damage. Plus, I believe the Knights of the Brazen Throne are either anti-infantry or anti-nothing, so they can always leave a charge through them. But anyway, I digress. The enemy lord has been killed as our bloodthirster has landed and quickly obliterated them. Nice air on those zombies as a few of our skull cannons are trying to reclaim some skulls, although there won't be any need to fire anymore on those enemies. And plus, we gotta be careful because these things can be pretty dangerous to our own troops. And there we go. Pretty darn dangerous to those infantry units as well, and absolute stars of the show in this particular battle, those units of skull cannons. The blood crushers came in a teensy bit late, but at least they didn't get gunned down by all of the anti-large of the enemy range units. I've always been surprised that blood crushers are tier 5. I would have put them at tier 4 myself and kept the skull crushers at tier 5. And I suppose if they were tier 4, what would they? But then they'd be the same tier as the Chaos Knights. Maybe move one of the Chaos Knights down to tier 3. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, just ignore me. Alrighty, there we go. Contrary to the probably something like, I don't know, 50 at least % of our army that the auto-resolve would have destroyed, we got ourselves we remain in fairly good shape, is what I'm getting at. We get 500 skulls as a reward, we get 1400 money as a reward. We need every chunk of change we can get, though. This does nothing for the army itself. Or we could recover a little bit. I guess recover, it'll give us at least a little bit of additional campaign movement range to potentially find more islands. There does have a tendency to be islands up here as well, so then we'll head up there. Like so, towards the Eastern Isles. Any islands around here? I see Torellosaur. Also, probably somewhere we'll probably send somebody eventually. Anyway, one of our giants got recruited. Unholy Manifestations. We are still not popping off any of those. Skarby cannot move, as he has already moved. Major Rager is waiting to potentially attack Big Bird. I saw Kairos himself here earlier. I no longer see him, but he might actually be just sitting here in Caverns of Sotek or something. We do have to be reasonably careful. I'll probably attack in a second, though. Gulgast, I would like you to attack Dragonfang Man. Now, I guess the question is, can you... can you land here? We'll want to occupy Dragonfang Man to keep the port at a higher level. I guess, wait. This only take... No, it won't work. I was wondering whether we could preserve the HP in some way, but I don't think that we can, meaning we'll have to attack, we'll have to occupy it. And we'll move you in to reinforce just a little bit. Alright, we will auto-resolve this. You're gonna come in. This will kill you, but I don't care, so if that's life, buddy. Go right here. Like so. You can go into, I don't know, summoning stance? Why not? And we'll do this, and we'll auto-resolve, and it'll damage our chariots, because everything that's interesting. Okay. Right, maybe... well, actually, these three actually lost a unit each, but not as much damage to the chariots as I was expecting. Anyway, okay. Alrighty, and Juggernaut for Lothar. Summoner sees Plague. Go figure. Now, you, leave the settlement, so that you don't pick up the Plague. You can keep Cornification up. And you keep the Simmering Anger here, at least for now. You, no Juggernaut. Only Gorby's Chariot. You... you haven't unlocked it yet. Well, screw you too. What you can have, however, is Skull Crusher, and we'll grab Unflinching Soldiers, which doesn't actually do anything for this army, does it? You have no Chaos Knights? Yeah, it doesn't really do anything for this army. Huh. Oh, whatever. Let's go for monstrous strength, and then we'll go through rally, and then we'll see what else we can see. What about you? You have strength rank 16, let's grab esteemed combatant, and keep on doing stuff. Alright, we are ahead of the bankruptcy of just barely so. You're good. Grog Trolltooth. Who are you? Ah, yes, this guy. You need to move up to where you won't pick up the plague, so go past Karad Tommen, like so. These guys remain in besiegement. The Skaven Plague concerns me greatly. You Doom Masters. Let's see if there's... you can't reach Sump Peak. Sump Pit, rather. It's a shame. Then go into... Summoning Stance. Like so. Why some... Ah! Where is Imric going? Huh. Skarby, I may have to leave Valesaur and head towards Imric. I don't imagine he'll be able to reach us in one go, but he might be attempting to move towards Misty Mountain or towards Grog. Now, Grog could take him down, but I feel like, oh, he doesn't even have an Aethnir. Might not even need to send Skarby around this way. I'll think about it. Major Rager, give me a minute. I'm dealing with other stuff. Arbal, you. Now, you could ignore this, but I don't want to. So... minus the fact that it'll cause us a little bit of backtracking, and ooh. Do we have enough money? Wait. Maybe. Okay, pick up the skull pile first, regardless. 3 skulls.
Always ready for a headbutting contest.
Wait, we can't directly declare war on
to
you,
be
right?
honest, I'd rather be raiding, but you have my
I
time.
wonder if Archie would be too scared to try this. Ooh, Wolfric might say no. You know what? I'm not going to call allies to help. Is there any reason not to do this right now? I don't think so. But
you know
Archie did join. Okay, fair enough. We were probably going to attack him soon, or as soon as we saw him anyway. Alrighty, then I guess we'll occupy Pillar of Skulls. It's a little bit, or raise it. If we occupied, we'd immediately be able to get control of the province, but it will be a very weak settlement. The Tusks give a little bit of skulls, actually not all that much. I would kind of prefer to have the whole province. 2.5k skulls. We'll have to raise for skulls again soon, though, and I kind of don't like that. And these places need to be defensible in case we get attacked by stuff. If we raise it, however, we will retain some HP. Screw, just raise it. You know what? Raise it. And get a blood coast. Like so. There you go, that'll help. And the Wrathful Hounds. Oh, we got a skull cannon in this one. We've seen how effective those are. You go out here. Let's see what we got here. And go into raiding. Lovely. That'll keep us, if not quite in the green, still okay. You can... I don't know, raid? Go raid. It'll help level these guys. Not worth much, but it's something. Does this give us enough money to get those Flesh Hounds? They're so expensive. I guess not. Ooh, Scout. Go find Valkia. Or keep going to find Valkia. In fact, just land here. You should be... I was about to say you should be in Khorne territory soon, but not really. Alright, keep going this way. Keep going this way if you must. If we find Khorne, then we find Khorne. Or if we find Valkia, we find Valkia. Alright, and then with you gone to where you need to be, Mr. Birdman. Order of Lore Masters, how much money will you pay Khorne in order for us to join your war against the Oracles of TZEENTCH? That's it? 1,500 money? It's better than nothing, but irks me how little this is. You know what? Just attack him. Don't call allies to help. I don't want Malagor coming down here and being irritating. Actually, speaking of Malagor, where'd he go? There he is. Probably trying to pick up some stuff here. Call our allies to help. I mean, granted, if we do this, we would get missions for Kairos, and we'll be fighting Kairos for a while. Fine, do it, call allies to help. It's worth it for the missions. Actually, speaking of missions, you, Quick Head Taker, you. Salvatore Stolberg, no. This guy might sail up the coastline towards our undefended settlements, which might be an annoyance. We'll see what he does. Anyway, what do we got in terms of points on everybody here? You're rank 14. Were you saving for anything? You have filled the chalice. I guess we're going to absolutely need Raging Stalwart here against Kairos for the magical resistance. I guess we'll go for We Are the Elite and Esteemed Combatant rather than making you guys super fighty yourselves. We do have Scar Bloodwrath for that. And speaking of Scar, he's got 4 points and he's saving to rank 12, so he'll just keep on saving. You have Esteemed Combatant. Magic is weakness. You can get Raging Stalwart, sir. Hellblade wouldn't have worked anyway because the imbuements would overwrite Dripping with Blood, so we're good there, and then we'll get We Are the Elite, I guess. Alright, what about the Cultist? Our one and only Cultist here. You have an Obsidian Amulet, the spell resistance might be nice. You know what, since we're sending this entire army against Kairos... oh wow, I was thinking we had more spare Obsidian Amulets, but not really, to be perfectly honest. Alright, well then I guess we'll just have to ignore it. Anything we can turn into anything, not really. Damn it, we need more items. I'm saving the sort of Talismans of Preservation for Lords rather than Heroes, if you're wondering why I'm holding on to those, and I just don't like to sort of redo items over and over again, so the ones that I have earmarked to specific Lords and Heroes, I just leave them as they are. Cultist, I guess we should get Twisted Artifacts. Just double checking if there's anything critical here. Well, Men of the Hound is critical, but you need to be ranked 20 for that, and it's gonna be a bit. Alrighty. Major Rager. Time to Major Rage. Go. What do we have here? We have... actually, not all that much. How much is this worth sack-wise? 12k. It's pretty solid, not gonna lie. Alright, I'm gonna say sack it. And just auto-resolve it. It's not worthy of our attention. Sack. There we go. That should put us in the Hounds. We just occupy it if we wanted to, or we could raid it, then raise it next turn. I don't think we should move forward. Well, actually, we could risk it. I was about to say, I don't think we should move forward in case Kairos shows up next turn, or shows up here immediately and attacks us, but if he does, he does. This is the nature of Khorne. We gotta risky to get the bisky, and oh, so close to rank 12, so close. Alright, hopefully next turn. There we go. That gives us the Hounding. Wherefore is Mr. Arbal. Or actually, we'll use Pav of the Storm Raven for this. So, one turn to get 1, 2, 3 Hounds. That's for Arbal, and that will complete his army more or less. Minus the units taken out of there. We'll keep 2 Cultists of Khorne. At least a Blood Reaper would be nice, I do admit. I'll think about it, though. Because it is effectively a Blood Shrine, but it's a lot of support units. I guess we could reduce the Marauders to get some more Knights so we can have a more Knight-heavy army and another army. I'll think about it in turn. Unless there was something else to do, but well, it's too late now. Nurgle, what you want? Now. No non-aggression pact. The votes are against you, sir. If a unit can't be in our army, then, or sort of be working well in our army, let's say, then it won't be. Did that make any sense? I don't know. Oh, whatever. Is that Archie or is that just Heroes? I'd love for Arbal to now fight Archie after... what do we have here? No, it's just Bastion Nightbane, but probably still worthy of fighting. The Raging Hounds have received Plague. The Fear Reapers killed in the line of duty. They died to attrition, but that's what we expected. Gulgast, you will head to the Shattered Stone Isle. And I see Salvatore is here. We could sack it. Wait, Shattered Stone Isle, you have anything interesting to you? Shadowstone Bay has the construction cost reduction out of the Cultist Enclave, meaning we need to capture it. This place, however, perhaps not. Auto-resolve it then. And then sack it. We need the cash. Pre-Executioner's Axe, unfortunately we don't use those. And then you can go into raiding stance here for the turn. We'll raise it next turn. We'll see maybe if Salvatore moves in to try to bail them out. Alrighty, also, what's the sack value of Dreadrock? 27k? I like it. I like it a lot, in fact. What we could use is... oh, right. You are waiting for a cultist, and by virtue of not having one, you do not have... ooh, wait a moment. Trophy racks, port, and... could have used another trophy rack. Trophy racks. And where's Imric? Did he back off, or is he hiding here again? Damn it, Imric. We have Blood Reapers available again. And I do want another Blood Reaper, and I would like you to be here. Wait. Blood Reaper, rank 5, rank 4, rank 3. Okay, well, rank 5 it is. Not Blood Right, but Menace. Like so. Then, do we have any of the other capacity exalted hero? No, and cultist. Oh, we need so much more cultist capacity. And aha! There he is. Wellity, wellity, wellity. He's got 2 armies there, which is slightly concerning. I guess the one that was at sea actually landed. I don't know if you can take 2 armies with Kairos in the lead. Oh, he ranked up to 12 though. Roam the Wastes gives you campaign movement range, vigor loss reduction, and speed. Murderlust gives battle healing cap plus 50 for you personally, more skulls, and Bloodborne regeneration. Hellblade for you, which will overwrite Sundering Armor. What gives you Sundering Armor? Wait, so you just have Sundering Armor and then you naturally overwrite it? That's weird. Okay, whatever. Blunt Instrument. Leader, okay, that's the important one. Rage for everybody, upkeep reduction for everybody, yes, and armor for everybody. Eye of the Bloodstorm, Berserk, good. Alright, that's all of our points, but we are now up to 95 armor on the Marauders of Khorne. And everybody is raging. You're now near rank 18 or 20 rather. You can keep going to a I'll start going through Esteemed Combatant actually on these guys. You can get retinue. And that's probably what leveled Scar Bloodwrath. You probably should grab God's Pact, so let's go for Twisted Artifacts. And lastly, you already have, I assume, Twisted Artifacts. We could get the... We're probably going to need the Missile Resistance. Oh, you have Esteemed Combatant, too. Let's go through Esteemed Combatant. Useful on both of you. What about you, sir? You need Revel in Slaughter, for obvious reasons. It's a nice little damage-dealing aura, and we are good to go. Now, I presume we can raise this now. Go into Summoning Stance. Need to start cornifying the place. Raise it. Free Biting Blade, good. And we will do Blood for the Blood God for the Blood Host. And stop moving. Alrighty, there we go. The Blood Host will help reinforce against Kairos and Co. Biting Blade, we can now transform with the Berserker Sword into something useful. An Arbor Blade, meh. Definitely meh. But what can you do? Alrighty, then. Do we wait? Well, we could raid, if nothing else, if we move towards the Temple Avenue of Gold. I don't imagine... Actually, I have no idea whether cars would be able to reach us. Well, move towards them anyway. We can always back off and then come at them again. Really want that gold mine. Alrighty, Skarby, now. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Who are you? You're at war with the rats, right? Yeah. I guess it's first time to activate the Devotion's Tithe, isn't it? Gotta get that post-battle loot. We're not in our next rampage yet, but I nonetheless think that it's time. Alrighty, then. Garby. I guess we'll pick up Valea's Sorrow. I don't see Imric. You know what? Move forward slightly more. Yeah, it looks like he backed off. Military presence? Yeah, he's in Desolation of Nagash. Coward. Alrighty. How are we looking here? I guess we just auto-resolve this. Yeah, this is gonna plague-nate us, but whatever, it is what it is. Not worth it. Fighting, I mean. Free Scarecrow banner. And Occupy. It is a capital settlement, after all. Coordinate Mutant. Always nice to have. Blood Throne, Juggernaut, Chaos War Shrine, and there we go. More defeated Queek Headtaker stuff. Good. It'll be very nice when we transfer from Skarbrand to you. Like so. Then, the Raging Hounds, you are no longer needed here, and you have... Oh, you have a plague on you? Oh, I'd rather it not be spread, so goodbye. Like so, you guys, neither of you have the plague, and I would like you to move away to where the plague is not. Oh. Eddie, actually, this is critical. You're gonna go here, into our own territory. Tavi, I'm not entirely sure where to send you yet, but we'll deal with that in a second. Skarby, I would like you to go to... Wait. Ah, you're in our own territory now. Oh, beautiful. Okay, Skarby, grab yourself a nice Heralds of Khorne's Fury. Then raise Valea's Sorrow from... Well, if Imric's not there anymore, we can go for Valea's Sorrow from this direction. Is this some weird impassable terrain? What the heck? Huh? Okay, go here. Okay, this You better not screw me on this game. He was being kind of weird about it. And yes, go to Velesor from this direction. And auto-resolve it. And what do we have here? 10k for sacking it. Or, you know what? We need to re-up our skulls. I think we'll raise this one. 3,000 is good, because we know we'll sack the capital here. Like so. Then, we move to Caracade Peaks. Unfortunately, there is no... Well, there's nothing interesting there, but anyway. As in landmark-wise. Oh, there's a gold mine at Black Crag. Yes, more gold mine. And close victory, but again, it's just piles of garbage clan rats. I don't think it's worthy of our attention. Auto-resolve. And sack it for 24k, yes. Huh. Yeah, sack it. Stop moving. Blood Collector, we wouldn't be able to reach Karakazul or Black Iron Mine anyway, so we will occupy. Wait, unless... Nah. So we'll occupy it unless you can occupy it from this distance. I doubt that you can, though. Yeah, you cannot. Alright, I would like you to go this way. You're gonna be gone. Oh, if you're gonna be gone in a turn anyway, you can just go to regular stance and then go to Black Crag or Iron Rock, whichever you can reach, and then just raid for the turn. While Skarby, you will occupy 8 peaks. Like so. And we will repair it. We will keep the trophy racks. You will raid. Alright, looks good to me. That puts us in the money again. Then the Doom Masters. I would like you to raise some pit. Hopefully it's... Yeah, we'd win this. No problem. It's piles of garbage clan rats. This would be even less tough than that fight we fought against the whatchamacallums. The Vampire Coast. Granted, we could preserve the army, but it would take severe enough damage that it would not be worth it, so we'll just raise it for the Skull Throne. Or sack it and raise it next turn. I think I'd rather have the money right now. Sack. Alright, good. And you will now raid here for free cash. Then, this is kind of critical. Eddie, I would like to give you... Wait. I would like to give you 4 Forsaken. And I would like to give you... all 4 of these Chaos Warriors of Khorne with dual weapons. And I would like to give you these Jabber Slides. Which puts you to... what? Oh, you can't have the Jabber Slides because of the... Okay, we'll put them in another army. I was gonna use them instead of Slaughter Brutes, which I wanted in this army, but alas, no Slaughter Brutes here. Alright, fine, fair enough. And you two... You've been with us forever. Blut and Eisen and Bleeding Hearts, so you have earned the right to be chosen, and we're gonna go Sword and Board chosen, because they, again... This is the way that they were super critical in our main stack there, as in Skarbrand's army for the while they were there. You will side grade to the Chaos Warriors of Khorne with dual weapons. Like so. You will, for now at least, command this army. And we need to transfer those Jabber Slides away. Grawl will be all... Okay, Grawl needs to meet up with Skarby, but, you know, we can't move him right now. You guys, can you move anywhere? I mean, you technically can. Emmeric's not attacking us for now, so I'm gonna ignore him, as of yet. You guys go together. So, and then Tavi go near them. And then try not to pick up the plague from Crooked Fang Fort if at all possible. You know what, go outside the settlement. I don't know if that'll decrease the chances of picking up the plague, but if possible, I would like to. You can go for Soul Keep. Yes. Alright, that looks good. What else do we have? Major Rager, you are... Oh wait, we already moved this turn, my bad, dude. Pav of the Storm Ravens, good. Alright, so you can move again. We can now move Arbol towards nobody by the looks of it. Alright. Arbol, keep in raiding stance, I guess. Wait, how far would we need to travel to reach you? Alright, you go here. And then the Wrathful Hounds, you will move up here and protect them. So that they don't die. It would be a shame to have recruited all these just to lose them, right? Arbol, you will move slightly up ahead. I don't see any Archie here. So if Bastion attacks us, good. If we move to the... or otherwise we move to the Monolith next turn. You two are level 11. Giving you... Oh, yes. Okay, wait. Replenish troops. War is Prayer. And Revelrous Warhost into Plunder the Feeble. Definitely got to get that up and running. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess we save the points for the... Yeah, alright, fine. Revelrous Warhost, War's Prayer, Replenish Troops, Plunder the Feeble, and then save the points for the rest of this. Alright, a little bit of upkeep production and some other good stuff. You, sir. Training, tough as nails. Easy. See if we get attacked here. Alright. Looking a lot better. That's Arbald. Who is the Blood Harvester? Oh yeah, you guys. Go sail looking for islands. There tends to be a lot of islands in the sort of area around the... will you suffer attrition here? Hopefully not. In the area around where the elves are, like so. And we'll pick up that Remnants of Battle and look for more. Alright. Scout, guess what you're doing? Go this way. And I believe that's everybody, unless I left somebody besieging. I hope I did not, because I forgot. Alrighty, now... You will need Slaughter Brutes, which we don't have access to as yet. The Slaughter Brutes are rank 5, right? Or tier 5, rather? Yeah. Alright, well, we're working on it. At Death Gorge, you are going to be giving us Slaughter Brutes eventually. Not now, but eventually. Oh, also, we should check about... No. Okay. Then, it's time to do a little bit of building. First of all, the trophy racks. I feel like we will be financially completely independent within about 3 episodes. As in, we will no longer need money. We're almost at that stage where we have enough armies and they're low enough upkeep where we can just use our money on constantly building stuff that will allow us to upgrade all of our stuff. Like, we won't be to the point where we will be able to upgrade everything yet, but we will be to the point where we don't need to worry about the cash so much. You are the wrong type of building, meaning we can't do anything here. Alright, fine, fair enough. Wizard Caliph's Palace, I'd upgrade you, but right now we're doing the trophy racks. 4 more cash. All with a purpose. Adelan Mountains, I mean, we could upgrade you for the Cultist Enclave, but it really doesn't do that much for us. Blightwater. Okay, I do like upgrading the tier 1s to tier 2, though. It's pretty cheap for what it offers. Yeah, Blockhill, so I'll upgrade all of these. Like so. And, aha, Trophy Racks. Grand and Massive. What do we want to build here? Start on the Skull Harvester / Jugger Plant. Wait, no, actually, you know what? I think I would rather start on the Cultist thing. Gotta get those Cultists. Kingdom of Beasts. We have a... Dark Bass, no, we have a Dimensional Cascade here, Dimensional Breach. And would you look at that, more trophy chambers. And then here and here, we will do the Cultist Building. Cultist Building and Cultist Building, and of course we will do Jugger Plants afterwards. And we probably have enough money to actually start upgrading these. Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Alrighty, Shifting Sands. We can upgrade the Cultist Outpost. We can upgrade or get another Cultist building here. Every army needs Cultists and, gold mine. Okay, good. I'm glad I clicked this. Now, this is pretty critical. Then we will go for the Infernal Citadel here. Somebody has said that, unfortunately, you don't get any capacity for Slaughter Brutes out of the Cultist Enclave, but at least we'll be able to get Minotaurs out of it, which, well, frankly, we could put the Minotaurs in the army where the Slaughter Brute will eventually be. I'd use Spawn for it, but Spawn will just die to auto-resolve, so it's just kind of not worth it. It is what it is. And then you have, okay, you already have the Trophy Hall. Oh, the Battle Road is the building that provides anti-plaguination. Go figure. Fair enough, though. And you can go for the Cultist building as well. Alright. We have a little bit of money remaining, but just in case, I think we'll save it. Plus, I don't want to go through the list again. Unholy Manifestation, what are we at here? 4 turns. Call of Battle. Is there anything? Again, we could raise the Haunted Forest.
Exalted of Khorne.
But with 37k for sacking it, I just don't think it's worth our time. Is there anything far enough away that we could sack for just to annoy some faction that wouldn't really cause us any trouble? As in that we wouldn't have to forego all of our cash for something? Wait, are we able to raise... I was wondering whether we could raise an ally's territory, as that would help us out, but it looks like no. Alright, so I'm just gonna ignore it. Skip, and end the turn. Let's see if I've forgotten anything. I'm always paranoid that I besieged something and then forgot, because I've done that so darn many times. But it looks like we're okay. Alright, Moors will move. Rat Surge will move towards Skarbrand the Exiled. Rat Surge. I feel like Rat Surge feels like a... actually, it could be any kind of rat name. Because on the one hand, any summoner, Rat Surge kind of makes sense, but also any kind of Warlock Engineer would also make sense for Rat Surge. But anyway, Freebooter, Major Rager, you're fine. Pestilence Scheme performed, Pestilence Scheme performed, Province secured, the Skull... Oh, this place. Oh, yes, good. Go for the Soul Keep. And you need the defensive structure, yes? Yeah, I think you do. Go for it. And then we can construct once again the Cultist building and actually immediately start upgrading you. Infernal Citadel. Like so. Good. And we'll need the public order here for obvious reasons. Blood Tributes, Drawn to Destruction, Pillar of Skulls. Next, I see Bastion Nightbane ran away.
Ice breaks and melts into nothing.
Ah, sorry, I need to take a drink, losing my voice here. What was I saying? Somebody ran away. Wow, we got 15k. Oh, we got a pretty solid defense here. Alright, I'm going to say we sack Monolith of Bubonicus, but then use it to propel ourselves this way. Aha! Because I wanted to find Archie. Oh, this is where we want to go. Oh, his army was destroyed by Boris. Sucks to have been him. Oh, wait, are you telling me you can reach Arbol from here? Oh, that's fantastic. I was not expecting that at all. But I'm very pleasantly surprised here. Go to Arbol.
I will end you.
That's not very nice. Alrighty, so you transfer these. Then need to lose 2. We could lose 2 of each. We could lose more of the Chaos Warriors of Khorne with shields, or I mean, one of our other armies will have plenty of Chaos Warriors of Khorne with dual weapons. Maybe we'll lose a couple of these from here. These will be anti-large, anti-infantry. Well, actually, technically speaking, the Skull Crushers will be anti-large as well. These guys will hold the line. These guys will dish the damage out. I mean, it's whatever. And we can always side grade them as needed. Oh, you know what? We could keep these 4 as regular Chaos Warriors and then just make these 2 into Chosen with dual weapons, because the other army has Chosen with Sword and Board. I kind of like that. And the only thing is, Chosen they do fire damage, whereas Chaos Warriors do not. That's something I gotta think about. Because the fire damage we can buff up. Oh, also I am now realizing that, wait. You can upgrade to the Chaos Knights of rank 6, so you might actually get there faster than these guys, which have to be rank 8. Either way, something to think about. Oh, are you able to reach us here? Maybe, maybe not. Either way, you are going to move here. We will fight this in a moment. We just want to see what else is going on down here. So, Skarby, you are going this way, just to act as a scout, essentially. Skarby cannot reach the next location, unfortunately. However, this puts him into Karak Azul, meaning, if we do this, we will uncover Karak Azul and allow Skarby to raid for the turn. Do this. That worked out nicely. And then we'll go here, and I assume that this is worth decent sack value. Please don't be another Plague Man. Oh, lord, it's another Pestilence Scheme Priest. Skaven, what? Oh, right. We will break the siege, which will make it so that Skarby raids. Yes, beautiful. And you can no longer reach the Sump Pit again, but whatever. You can now raid the Sump Pit. Perfection. Absolute perfection. Malagor's coming down here. Go away, Malagor, please. Alrighty, Grawl, you have not picked up the Plague. We need 3 of you to move together until you're ready to, you know, be your own armies. I'm gonna say go this way. Wait. Yeah, you can't reach us. At least I don't think so. At least I hope not. You can go here. And you can go here. You will be pike and shot, but it'll be a little bit until we can get it, so for now, you will just travel together. Frankly, we could give the extra units to this army so that it is viable enough to travel on its own. Seems like the thing to do. We also need capacity, obviously, for the skull cannons. Major Rager! Aha! Would you look at that, Mr. Kairos? I take it you're willing to fight? Okay, well, out of all the fights that we had the choice of fighting, this has got to be the fight that we're fighting, right? Yes. Thank you for answering me. Yeah, you will reinforce, and you will level. Let's level God's Pact for this. Alrighty. Skarbloodwrath, rather, versus Kairos Fate Weaver. Alright, Pyrrhic victory, that's what I like to see, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 regiments of renown, including the Severed Claw, 6 regiments of renown, 7 regiments of renown, 8 regiments of renown, wow. That's a lot. Huh, interesting that the enemy has the 4 chariots, or 5 chariots. Wait, is that not, did I count this regiment of renown? Okay, they have like all of the regiments of renown, except the Golden Griffin of Theurgy, who I don't see here. Well, isn't that a shame? Anyway, should be a fun fight. Go.
Let the rage flow within you, for this is what Khorne desires most of all.
Alrighty, here we go. Khorne and TZEENTCH will clash our most berserk units with all of our, well, berserkers, wrathmongers, skull reapers, and the sort of berserk twin axe marauders of Khorne versus all that fancy TZEENTCH and stuff. And I was wrong, there is the Golden Griffin of Theurgy right there. I guess I just missed it in the pile of regiments of renown. Ooh, and the Golden Griffin looks great with this particular sky lighting up, kind of matches his staff. Damn, they're outdoing our color coordination. Oh well. Now, we are going to position this particular army thusly. The enemy does have a lot, and I mean a lot of range units. We can see all of the units with ammunition, especially out of the second army. And admittedly, our twin axe units, though with 95 armor, are still going to be pretty fragile to that sort of thing, especially with 0 physical resistance and 0 missile resistance. They are going to be resisting nothing at all. I'm actually surprised that these guys don't have missile resistance at all. Huh. Go figure. I wonder if any... Oh, wait, no. We don't have any techs for them anymore. This is just resistant as they will ever get. That's kind of surprising. Maybe they get something at rank 7? They had like at least 15% missile resistance or something? Okay, I guess we'll see. Anyway, what I'm getting at is that they're very fragile and we probably shouldn't run directly at the enemy, though at the same time what we should also probably do is await our reinforcements, but I am not a patient man and we're just going to sort of move towards the enemy line while we take position and beneath the canopy of the trees. Our 4 units of Marauder Horsemen of Khorne are deployed all the way over on the right flank here, mostly to try to catch enemy chariots unawares and just generally to annoy the enemy range units if they can. Anyway, it looks like the first units will join the battle. It'll be our Exalted Hero of Khorne, which is shadowing the enemy chariots here. And he's about to be joined by the Bloodwake Berserkers, who are going to quickly try to mow down these units of blue demons. But what they're really trying to do is not go after the horrors, but rather to go after the enemy Severed Claw, which are in here somewhere. There they are. Aspiring champions with halberds versus the Bloodwake Berserkers. I'd actually love to see the 2 units just face off against each other. But we do have an Exalted Hero here, as well as a few other units. And thusly the battle begins beneath the canopy of the trees where the enemy range does not quite come into play as much. The demonic of TZEENTCH face off against the Berserk Mortal of Khorne. And we got some fancy fireworks all over the place. The gaze of fate comes down on the brutes of the hound, as well as a Gehenna's golden hounds amongst them, dishing out more than half of their HP and damage, despite the fact that they have... Oh, actually, the brutes of the hound have only 10% spell resistance. I think we should have around 50 in this particular army, which I think means that it's just reductions that Kairos causes. Oh, well. It does look like some of the enemy range units are firing away at us at this point, which admittedly is something of a concern, but on the bright side, our reinforcements have arrived, though it will take them a while to get here. And more importantly, we have now rushed out of the trees with all 4 of our units of Marauder Horsemen of Khorne, and their burning axes are whacking away at those TZEENTCH chariots. 99 armor on the chariots, 85 armor on the Marauder Horsemen of Khorne. Pretty nice. Honestly, if we went for even more, if we got a couple more cultists in this army, we could have actually had another 20 armor on these guys if we really wanted to. Certainly something to think about if you want to spam these guys, but anyway. Does look like some of the chariots have been joined by the Blazing Squealers, and these guys are actually fairly decent in melee, 65-46, which has allowed them to kill a fair few of the Marauder Horsemen, and we're going to back them off now they're down at half HP and replace them with a newly arriving unit of Fleshhounds. The rest of the fight continues unabated beneath the canopy of the trees as here Spawn clash with the Skull Reapers leading the Marauders. And despite this being a forest fight, I gotta say, there's just enough lights to make this a really good one. Lots of big blobs of enemies and stuff going on. Though admittedly, so far, it's been rather tough to do anything to Kairos. He's still at full HP and he keeps recovering his barrier. His barrier is massive at 4.6 thousand HP, or something along those lines. He might not be able to quite recover it as fast as Village, who's just so incredibly tanky, but still, Kairos can recover it extremely quickly as well. Alrighty, how are we doing out here? The Cultist is sort of facing off against Chaos Sorcerer, but he does have some help as there is a unit of Skull Reapers nearby. And we have now summoned a Bloodthirster on field as one of our Cultists has spent long enough in melee. The Bloodthirster being summoned is directly sent towards the Golden Griffin of Theurgy, which has been locked in place by one of the units of Marauders. But they have been so severely damaged that we need to back them out. And it's not like the Bloodthirster couldn't banish the Golden Griffin. There we go. Kairos has at long last lost his barrier, and the spawn around him are starting to fail. Although we still need to destroy Kairos himself with the number of units here running out, perhaps we can now surround him with the Bloodwake Berserkers and destroy him. Does look like about half of the enemy army has collapsed at this point. They do still have a blob in the center, but now our reinforcements are coming in and the Marauder horses to smash into their rear ranks. And again, admittedly, it probably would have been a little bit easier if I could waited for those units, but that wouldn't be fun, and damn it, it wouldn't be Khornate. Anyway, Kairos is now surrounded. Scar Bloodwrath whacking away at him, together with the Bloodwake Berserkers and all of these other Berserk units. Big Bird has dropped a fair few spells on them, but it doesn't look like he's got any more spells left, and with that, will at last be defeated. And there we go. With Kairos destroyed, it's only a matter of time as the Immortal units have begun to shatter. Oh, I do like how the burning axes of the Marauder horses light up the darkness. And the burning blades of the exalted bloodletters. Certainly making me think that Khorne would be one of the armies that would be really nice to actually fight in dark maps because they have so many lights potentially available to them. I'll keep that in mind. Alrighty, anyway, just as Kairos has fallen, his troops are now rushing away, and we're just waiting out the clock as the last of the demonic elements melt, and with that, the battle is ours. Very, very nice. And something of an unusual one, as we haven't fought a lot of battles beneath the canopy, but turned out to be a pretty neat one. Oh, there we go. That was some proper bloody Khornenating. Khorne faced off against TZEENTCH with the corniest of Khorne followers, i.e. the Wrathmongers and Skull Reapers, versus all the magics of Kairos and his entire faction's regiments of renown, and that did in fact include the Golden Griffin of Theurgy, which I apparently missed the first time, but it was there. It was there, and it certainly did work. Nearly 10k damage, 18k on Kairos himself. Conversely, we got 15k and 16k on Skarbrand's Headhunters and the Anointed Harvesters, with a solid 37k on the Bloodwake Berserkers. Let's see, 23k, but it looks like one of the Marauders of Khorne did very well. Again, 2 of these are technically supposed to be replaced by a couple more Wrathmongers. Not that it's, you know, super necessary, it just feels like we should have a couple of the regular Wrathmongers. But anyway, Brutes of the Hound, as usual, did well, but they got actually taken out of the fight relatively early, suffering severe damage, and overall, just a very, very nice battle. We can take 1,800 skulls, we can heal. Oh, we will have to chase these guys down. And I would like to auto-resolve what remains. Much as I'd like to take the 4.4k, it is really quite swell. Can we risk it? Can we risk taking the 4k? I'm gonna risk it and just hope it doesn't screw us. We'll find out in a second. Also, how many more turns until Karanak is up and running? Let me just see here. Okay, so first of all, defeated Kairos, and sadly offers no spell resistance faction-wide, which would have been really nice. And the Lichbone Pennant. Huh, that's actually fairly nice. Juggernaut for Akorak Hellscream. I guess you can hold on to that, though. I don't know. I might put you and Fator on foot to lead these guys. I'll think about it. For now, though, we got other things. What was I checking? I wanted to see the Karanak thing. Ah, one more turn until Karanak is up. Well, isn't that lovely? I like it a lot. And yeah, we just need more growth. We're gonna have to pop this thing. Wait, no, nope. This thing off. The growth after winning. We really need the additional growth to get that tier 5 up and running. Anyway, you guys. Oh, you're not able to move any further. Alright, I guess Major Rager, you're by yourself. Let's pop you into regular stance. How much did we level from that? Twice. Not bad. Not bad at all. Enemy leadership for enemy characters, enemy fire resistance. I'm gonna say Twisted Artifacts, actually, as the priority here. Yeah, we can make them stronger, but we gotta get that additional research. You could actually start getting that missile resistance. You know what? I think it's pretty critical. If this army is gonna keep fighting TZEENTCH, then it's going to need it. Thick skin. Yeah. Alrighty, what about the Exalted Heroes? Magic is weakness, I believe, what we were doing. Well, there's also the retinue, well, these things. For the movement, I'm going to say start with magic as weakness. I mean, we're obviously going to get everything, so it doesn't really matter over much. And you can get magic as weakness as well. Go figure. You... let's see. Khorne's Chosen. Wait. We need Rush to... So now we need Overwhelming Stampede. Yes, that buffs the Marauder Horsemen of Khorne in theory. Well, yes, I was about to say in theory, not in practice, but we've already got one at rank 7, so yeah. Overwhelming Stampede. Alrighty, and then we have Bloodsoaked Champions. We might as well max out Harbingers of Death for the...
Clarity in Khorne.
I was thinking that maybe we put like a Slaughter Brood or something in this army, but frankly... I don't know, I'm kind of liking this army in its current state. Now you are good to go through Cult of Bloodletting. We'll need that additional post-battle loot. Alright, Major. Let's rage. Auto-resolve what remains. And, ooh, you got damaged, huh? I wonder if being on the Juggernauts will inevitably have you get more hurt. You have the Rock of Inevitability. It's a nice find, and in fact, we might even keep it on you with your auroras and stuff. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm gonna say go to Offer's Tribute again. Or the addition... Nah, you know what? Get the additional casualty punishment, right? Alrighty. In fact, I just want to see what are we at here. We got 13 Trophy of Flesh and only 4 of Trophy of Glory. Okay, so we need a little bit more glory. Go figure. I'd love to sack Temple Avenue of Gold, but we actually want to occupy it because it has a very important gold mine there. Alrighty, and auto-resolve. Nobody will die. You know what? I don't trust you, game. Quick save. I don't trust how badly damaged you are. Auto-resolve. Yeah, you go very, very low in HP, but you're still okay. And much as I'd love to get the money or the skulls, we will occupy it. We got to get that gold mine. Alrighty, Rampage is standard. We got to keep it, as well as a trophy chamber. Beautiful. We shouldn't suffer attrition, so I think, well, I don't think anybody's nearby enough to actually reach us, rather, so I think we're okay here. Some very nice work. How's Cairo's strength level? Ah, that was a pretty big portion of his strength level by the looks of it. So we'll move through his territories at the same time as we probably move through the Elven territories. May want to maybe raise one of these places for a blood host to send southward, considering this one's busy up here. Speaking of this one, pick that up. And Arabian Arms, please. Free Helmet Discord, I'll take it. And then we'll move to this shipwreck next. Yeah, this is why I wanted to go here. There's always a bunch of islands near to where Aislinn is. And oh, what this one? Damn. I didn't realize this had put you out into the patrician coastline. Oh, actually no, this army needs a fight. Bloodshed. Oh, I should have gone for this island first. Whatever. Whatever, too late. Ghoulgast. How we doing out here, buddy? We still have Shattered Stone Isle, we still have Dreadrock, eh? I do believe we want to raise Shattered Stone Isle. And get a blood host here. Like so. Hey, free potion of healing. And a Gorby's Chariot for Ghoulgast. Perfect. Alrighty, then you're gonna go into raiding. And I do wonder if these guys would attack you if you stand together. We'll still have to return to this place, but I'd like you two to move together for now. Why are you suffering attrition? Oh, the vampire... Well, it's only 34. Oh, surprised that you're suffering attrition then. Oh, I don't like this minus 19 at all. Huh. I don't want to lose the Sea Dragon's Teeth, which means I think we're gonna have to send the Crimson Hounds back to defend the Dragonfang Mount. Yeah, we should really take Dreadrock then. Alright, fine, fair enough. Fair enough, it might be... I should have moved you this way rather than to Shattered Stone Bay. I didn't realize that we had such a low public order there, but it is what it is. Anyway, Scout. You still got Valkia to find an A. She's made some skull piles for us. Good. Oh, hey, Valkia. Oh, wow, look at all these skull piles. Free stuff. Yes, please. Scouts, you have finally proven your worth. Valkia, how you doing? You are not vassalizable. You have 5 settlements remaining. You are having a bad time against Karankar and Harganeth and Exiles of Khorne. Okay, see, now this is right. This is proper. The game has a bad tendency to have chaos and the Dark Elves ally, but that's clearly not happening here, and that's just the way I'd have it. Full-on military alliance with the Legion of Asgore. Maybe... They're in kind of bad shape against everybody. They still have their capital, though. I'm gonna say yes. Do we want to take their money? Yeah, we want to take their money. For protection. And upgrade this. You have missions, and I'm going to say pick one of these guys. Accept. Alrighty, and I believe that's everybody. Oh, wait, what about Krolgan? How could I have forgotten Krolgan? A name everyone knows. Alright, go here. What do we have in terms of... Nothing. We have nothing in terms of anything. Capacity. That's the thing I was trying to say. Ineffectively, mind you. Alrighty, what do we got? Then I suppose... Ooh. 2 more turns until exist always. Oh, yes, please. I love existing. Except when I'm at work. Anyway, too real, me. Too real. Anyway, what do we have here? I need more trophy chambers. Always more trophy chambers. Just like real life. You. And you. And, nothing here. Oh, but we do have an upgrade here. Great Desert of Araby? No. Shifting Sands. Alright, let's upgrade some critical stuff like you. And then back from the top. You two are not critical. You will be soon, but we're just now recovering our economy, so let's give it a minute. Golden Tower. I mean, I guess we could upgrade you. I'd like it to be a little bit more defended just because it, generates money. Alright, Hellport. Let's upgrade the Infernal Citadel here. Ooh, Galbaraz. Next turn we get the building that, or upgrade the things that will allow us to get the... wait a moment. I just thought of something. Stop. We will... We'll upgrade these next turn. We're going to save the money. There's several things I want to do here. Just trust me. I know what I'm talking... Well, shut up. Anyway, skip, enter. Outpost upgrade. I thought we upgraded all the outposts. Damn it. Okay, one second. We upgraded all of these to full. Nope. Oh, you upgraded to tier 2, but not to tier 3. Man, I don't want to waste so much money on this. Technically, tier 3 is not worth it, really. It's worth it in the Harbinger of Disaster and the Legion of Asgore locations because it gives decent little extra garrison, and these guys have garbage for garrisons, so yeah, we'll do that, but otherwise we're okay. Alright, now we can end the turn. And this should pop off Karanak. Settlement besieged. Yeah, you see, I knew I had forgotten something. I knew I had besieged something and then promptly forgotten about it, but, well, we got this, and I guess since we got this, I guess we're fighting it. Yes, yes. I'm actually impressed that they sallied out. I'm actually shocked that they sallied out. Go figure, go.
Our foes' murderous rage, then you will show them yours!
Alrighty, here we go, and again, absolute credit to the Kislevites here for actually sallying out. Our army is considerably stronger than it was when we had fought Boris, and well, the enemy's gonna have a pretty bad time here. Anyway, we got the Beastmen Giants with us now, and Arbol has 3 Fleshhounds. Plus, while we didn't do this last time, we're going to do as much work with the Skull Crushers as possible. Knights of the Brazen Throne, charging in through 1 unit, then another, then a third, a fourth, and right through the entire enemy line, essentially. Getting, let's just see here, from that particular charge, if I could actually select you, game, thank you. 45,000 damage from 1 charge, essentially. Absolutely nasty. But we will just let them. Off of them breaking the enemy's formation on the right flank, we will take full advantage of it by taking the most damaged unit and forcing a Chaos Spawn summon into them, and then rushing into the broken formation with our 3 units of Fleshhounds, which will tear them apart. Plus, with the Giant there to help anchor the line, if anything, you know, actually fighty joins the fray. Our other cavalry are not to be outdone by the Knights of the Brazen Throne as they make their way around the enemy army and smash into their rear ranks, while Arbol himself goes after the enemy. I think he was trying to go after the enemy Boyar, who is right there. And we'll now continue going after the enemy Boyar. Although, admittedly, I've been spoiled by Skarbrand. We keep seeing Skarbrand delete enemy lords and heroes in like 2 hits, sometimes 3. So actually seeing Arbol and other lords and heroes duel them feels almost weird at this point. But that's just the nature of playing a big boy like Skarby. Anyway, with that, I do believe the Kislevite army is done. A few of their units remain and by our blood, but it will only be a matter of time as we run out the clock. Their unbreakable breaks, and then the rest of them do as well. A little help from the Beastmen Giant. I do admit I like the model of the Chaos Giants more than I do the Beastmen Giants, and I think I like the different roar of the... I think I like the roar of the... let's see... Trample wounds, yeah, so we got Wild Roar on the Beastman Giant. Charge bonus, speed, leadership, and rally. Not quite as useful. I wonder if we ally one of the Chaos Warriors of Khorne with the mod that unlocks access to units, will we be able to recruit a few of the Chaos Giants? Actually, I should probably ally at least... oh, if we could do Valkia, maybe that would be the one. Just because I want to test it out for the future, because generally speaking, Chaos Warriors tend to be one of the most useless garbage allies because of their warband recruitment, meaning you can't actually recruit any of their units. Anyway, with that, the battle is done. Alright, there we go. Very nice, and good that we were able to do that, minus the fact that I, as usual, forgot about the whole besieging thing. And that's why I paranoidly check, but screw it up anyway. Anyway, we got a massive, absolutely ludicrous amount of damage out of the Knights of the Brazen Throne, unsurprisingly, and also one of the coolest looking units in the game. But anyway, 74,000 damage, 4,000 damage Delta's gold value, essentially using their mass to charge through effectively the entirety of the enemy army. The enemy army being so infantry heavy that they had nothing that could really stop these guys in their tracks. Even a couple of war wagons or war sleds would have had the mass to at least lock these guys down, but this was all infantry and there was nothing they could do for them. Anyway, lovely fighting, and I got to go with Sackett. 15. I can't say no to 15k. There's still a lot of buildings that we need to build. Alright, we'll do that, and that's not a lord, right? That's a hero. Yeah, I think it's a hero. We got, what did we get? A blood collector. Yeah, I could use these on every army now. Ha! And this is why this little army is out here. Doom Masters, die. I wish I remembered where you were exactly. Oh! What the heck? What is this? Alright, I wasn't expecting that, but it does amuse me tremendously. I fully expected that army to die. Clan Scryer, what you want? No, you killed, wait, no, actually, you didn't kill Morgar. I still wanted to have Skarby kill Morgar, though, and it still bothers me. But you were near the guys that killed Morgar, and that's enough to make Skarby angry. Granted, so is literally anything, but, you know. Anyway, no peace, Archie, no peace. There is only one, okay, ever chosen. Well, I guess we're not calling Skarby an ever chosen because he's not a demon prince, but anyway. Or he's not a mortal or once mortal. Wulfric, you want us to join the war against Reichland. Why? I mean, we will, but not right now. But are you not having a good time against them? What is this? You're like, you have all of Norsca to yourself, essentially. Ah, there we go. At long last. We got this freaking quest at the start of the campaign, and what the heck do we have here? Experience for all characters faction-wide? Yeah, that's what we're doing. 25%, of course. Are you crazy, game? Sure, buffing up dogs is great, but not permanently. See, this should be for like 30 turns. Honestly, even if it was 30 turns, it would be a hard choice, but a little bit of buffs for our dogs versus, which are, yeah, not mainline units or anything, versus giving us character XP gain. Silly. Anyway, the Hound of Vengeance bounds forth from the realm of chaos, your bone-strewn shrines providing the surroundings to mimic Khorne's grand throne room, where the beast gnaws on the discarded scraps of fallen warriors. But no longer, Karanek is now yours to command. Where will you focus the Hound's demonic strength to bolster your host for the upcoming glories? Serve the masters. Thank you. And, well, you go into immediately Skarbrand's army. Ha ha. The fact that we got 19 out of 20 worked out. Fantastic. Alrighty. And a free banner of Eternal Flame for Pav. No, Pav, not for you. Who is Decasaur? Cornate Mutant. Yeah, you can hold on to that. And there's that Blood Collector. Clan Spittle destroyed, not our problem. Campaign movement range for some guy. And, ooh, one more turn until that upkeep reduction. We need it. Alrighty, then. Importantly, you, Arbal, you are headed to the Writhing Fortress where awaits Archaon's capital. Could have probably picked up that skull pile, but all good. I should have moved you into March stance, but it's too late, so you're gonna... Wow! I guess it's because it's a tier 5. Good lord, I was not expecting that. Even Skarby hasn't rated build above 4,000, I believe. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, good for him. Wait. Wrathful Hounds, are you able to reach this? You are. We'll have you raise the Monolith of Bubonicus. Pav was a recruiter, but he's also Mauler, which is decent, and I feel like we could still use him for purposes anyway. So Wrathful Hounds will have you raise this, though I suppose we could raise a Blood Host with Pav, which would also be a decent option. Sending them this way to at least scout stuff out. Yeah, you know what? I like that idea. Yes. Blood for the Blood God. Nice. And the Wrathful Hounds, I would like you going this way to raid. You can march stance here. 3 skulls. And a little bit more raiding. There we go. Lowers yours a little bit, but overall it increases. Lovely. Okie dokie. Skarby. Back to... Oh, we are out of time. Okay. I guess we're going to have to call the episode here, man. Every time I want to keep on going, but can't always. Ooh, we can pop an Skull Throne thingamajig. I'm going to go with the... Ooh, that's a choice. Control... Nah, I gotta go with the growth thing right now. Yeah. Alright, we'll start with the growth thing. I wanted to also do the automatic colonization. We'll do that next. Unless we replenish the thing. Also, we still gotta reach the 40k skulls. If we don't have Warhammer 40,000 skulls, what are we even doing here? Was this a little army that got ambushed? I don't know. But anyway. How many territories do you have left? 3. 1, 2, 3. Ah, you're pretty much done. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful, but we'll have to finish them off next time. Had some great battles this particular episode, including knocking out... Oh, you don't like us killing TZEENTCH? Really? Interesting. But anyway, had some great fights, including, well, knocking out TZEENTCH, which I guess the Bloody Hands weren't so happy about, but we'll have plenty more fights against Kairos, most likely, in the near future, as while we move through his territories, most likely he will be able to recover a decent amount of his other... forces. Otherwise, with Karanak on field, we'll level him a little bit with Skarby, but we'll be splitting him off relatively soon. This army isn't quite ready, but I think it's ready enough to actually fight, so that should be fine. It just needs heroes and whatever else we decide to put into here. Again, I wanted to go for the 2 slaughter birds, but it'll be okay. And also, you need to go and join one of those armies as well. And okay, well, I wanted to keep doing things, but we'll do things next time. Stay tuned for it. Don't forget to leave those likes and comments below, as they will determine how long this campaign continues to run for. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.